It's August and thrashing day has come. A few weeks ago we were reaping and binding at a field of oats in Roskelton, County Laois. In the meantime, the sheaves of oats have dried, and today the next step in the harvesting process takes place: thrashing, using vintage machinery. Today, here in County Laois, the sheaves reaped in July at Roskelton are en route to a community event in Ballacolla for thrashing, travelling in a convoy from Killarney towards the River Gully Bridge and onwards through Gurtnatlay and Ballygone to Ballacolla. Leading the convoy is a 1908 Aveling and Porter steam engine. A 1946 Garvey threshing mill is pulled by a 1967 Massey Ferguson 135 tractor. A 1954 Ferguson 20 TVO tractor brings a 1938 McCormick grain binder, followed by a 1977 Ford 3600 tractor. Here comes the first load of sheaves on a 1970 Bedford truck. Next is a Fordson Super Dexter from the early 1960s. Pulling an International 435 square baler from the late 1970s is a 1963 Fordson Super Dexter, followed by a 1962 Fordson Super Major tractor. Next is a 1978 Massey Ferguson 165 tractor, followed by a 1958 Fordson Power Major tractor. Next is a 1973 Massey Ferguson 188 tractor. And pulling the second load of sheaves is a 1967 Ford County tractor. Thrashing Day was traditionally an important and busy event in rural Ireland, where neighbours gathered at farm after farm to help to separate the grain from the straw using a travelling thrashing mill and steam engine. As we see here today in Ballacolla, thrashing the oats in the traditional way required several people carrying out a range of physically demanding jobs, every task a vital part of the process. The bundled sheaves of oats are fed into the top opening of the thrashing mill. Within the drum, the individual oat seeds are loosened from the ears and stalks. Wooden racks called straw shakers toss the long stalks towards the back of the thrashing mill, and the clean straw is pushed out at the rear of the machine for baling. At the other end of the machine, the oat grains pass through a grading screen and flow into sacks ready to be taken away for storing. In our traditional Irish heritage, Thrashing Day in a farming neighbourhood was one of the most important days in the annual calendar. The word mehel was used in several parts of Ireland to describe an event such as Thrashing Day. Mehel is an old Irish word that refers to a group of people, usually neighbours, coming together to help each other with big jobs such as thrashing. My good friend Bill Kelly from Castletown, whose family roots run deep in Shanahoe, once wrote and broadcast a wonderful short story recounting his memories of a steam thrasher over 70 years ago, making its way from Dunlays to Murphy's near Shanahoe and witnessing the events of that memorable thrashing day at Murphy's Haggard. Here's a little of Bill's account of Thrashing Day all those years ago. The entourage arrived like a circus. The steam engine drove into the Haggard at a speed that would make a snail seem like a 4-minute miler. It towed the thrashing mill, and the mill towed the straw elevator, and behind the lot walked a handful of men with hay forks on their shoulders. Like a bunch of undisciplined soldiers, they straggled behind, their faces grave. From farm to farm the platoon would go, a mixture of volunteer and conscript. It was the done thing to assist at your neighbour's thrashing. The first lull came a couple of hours into the work. A big cream-coloured earthenware jar full with porter was carried out. Mugs were passed around and the dust was washed down. The young lad on the chaff got a bottle of lemonade, and the smarter of the field mice started to emigrate. The whole scene was one of a small industry come to life on this one day per year. Sheaves of wheat flying from the rick to the mill platform, the swift touch of a sharp blade, the twine severed, then the hungry growl of the mill as it gobbled the sheaf. Straw cascading down and rising again on the elevator to form a new rick. Sacks hanging on hooks and the golden seed pouring in, and the young chap lost in a cloud of dust trying to keep the chaff cleared. The engine driver adjusting valves, stoking the fire, topping up the water, and with the ever-present long-nosed oil can guaranteeing the smooth running of all moving parts. Now and then, a spark from the chimney quickly chased down before it started a fire. As the sun went down and the last sheaf left the ground and the last mouse made a bid for freedom, the lights glowed yellow in the house beyond. An aproned woman silhouetted in the door, calling that the tea was ready. Across the big table, talk was of how good the yield was, and how the sun went down in a red sky. Tomorrow would be a fine day. Afterwards, someone brought an accordion. A few neighbouring women arrived, and the dancing and singing started. There was no evidence of tired limbs, as the house now vibrated almost as much as the thrasher had done earlier. Tomorrow would be another day and another farm. From Laois History and Folklore, until the next time, bye bye for now.